Hello everybody, welcome back to Firefield Junction, and as we can see we've got another review for you today. But as we can see, something that's slightly different to I'm sure what we're used to. Obviously I'm sure usually we're seeing either a Hornby box or a Batman box or whatever in front of us. But no, as we can see today we've got a Dapol locomotive for us today. And as we can see, obviously by the big grey text, we've got a Class 68 for us today. Now I know I have looked at a Class 68 before, but that wasn't mine. I looked at the Chiltern one a little while ago now. That belongs to a friend, and they very kindly loaned it to me temporarily so I could do a review on it and stuff and run it around the layout. But finally I managed to get one myself, and this particular one is in the DRS compass livery. So it's definitely, yeah, I've been after one of these for a while. So happy to finally have one, and hopefully we'll have fun looking at it, and hopefully it'll make a quite nice review. So this particular one, this isn't a brand new one. I did get this second hand, but luckily for a very good price, considering that at the moment, until Dapol's new batch of these comes out, it's not incredibly easy to get hold of these particular ones. There's still loads of the Chiltern ones about, but getting the DRS ones in both of the DRS liveries that Dapol have done, and getting the TransPennine ones, getting those is a little bit difficult at the moment. But if you want a Chiltern one, pretty much almost everywhere has them, so you'll find there. But yeah, not too easy to get hold of these at the moment. But once the new batch comes out, hopefully then you'll be able to get one quite easily. And you never know, some of you watching might already have one on pre-order. But yes, the Dapol Class 68, a very, very, very nice model. From the experience that I've had with the one that I was loaned, very, very nice. Excellent detail, very nice runner. Can't fault it really, but hopefully now that I have one, I can get a better experience of what these models are actually like. So if we have a look at the end of the box, we can see which particular one we have. So it's a 176.2. Looks like Dapol a bit more accurate with their scale there, but okay. So this particular one is 4D-022-008. AA gauge, Class 68. We've got 68003 for us. It's astute. And it has had the nameplates fitted by the previous owner as well. DRS early service, okay, unless that's another name for the compass livery. I could be wrong. Oh, that's nice. They got like model year and stuff here. That's quite nice. You don't see that from other manufacturers. So modern 2015. That's quite nice. Oh, these can run on radius 1 curves. Wow. I don't recommend you do that, but well, it looks like Dapol have done it. 21 pin DCC ready. That's nice. The previous owner has chipped this loco, so it has got a decoder in it. I believe it's one of the Dapol 6-function decoders that's been fitted to this. But we'll find out. We'll find out that later when we put it on the track and stuff. But I probably will give her a service before we actually run her, because apparently she might be a bit stuttery and stuff. So I'll give her a service before we run her, and I'll open her up to check everything is okay. But she should be perfectly fine, because one thing I'm pretty sure Dapol do is they don't say you have to run in their locos from new. Because apparently they get running at the factory. But I always recommend, even if a manufacturer does say that the loco doesn't require any running in, I still recommend you do it, because it's not going to hurt, is it? Because you never know, the loco could still have been sat for a long time before you actually got it. So I always recommend running in a model, certainly if it's new to you. Definitely give it a running in period, because it won't hurt to give it a run just to make sure everything is okay and ensure everything's lubricated and everything. But obviously there's not much else interesting on the box, so let's open her up and we'll have a look. There we go. I do quite like the Dapol packaging. It's very, very secure. You've got nice foam inserts here. Well, you've got nice foam surrounding the loco. And the loco itself is just clamped in the typical sort of block of ice packaging, which is quite nice. Oh. So if we just have a look at the paperwork, I know it's boring, but it still can be quite helpful. So there's just 4 clips holding the body on these, so it's nice and easy to remove the body. I usually prefer screws, because you know the body's definitely not going to come off in your hands, but clips are still okay. So we've got the owner's guide here. So we've got running in, fitting accessories. I believe all of the accessories have already been fitted by the previous owner, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. And then what's on the other sheets here. So we've got function, so we've got, okay, here we go. So we've got some information about if you've got a DCC fitted version, and it tells you about what lights and stuff you can control depending on what decoder you've got. Again, I'm pretty sure the one in here that's been fitted by the previous owner is one of these ones, these 6-function ones. but again, I will check that later. And there's some more stuff there, so we'll ignore that for now. We don't want to look at that for too long, so if we just put that to one side. And then we've got the loco here. So if I just try and lift it out, it's not too easy. There we go. It's a little bit tight, but does the job, I suppose. We've just had one of the couplings there. Both couplings were fitted to this model when I got it, but I took one of them off because it was upside down. But we have got couplings fitted to both ends. Well, it did have couplings fitted to both ends, but I took one of them off. Both hooks are missing, but that's fine. I can replace those. So if I just put that hook to one side, and then if I spin it around actually, there we go. Oh, there we go. We can lift that up. Just take off that bit of film there, and then we can lift the loco out. There we go. If we put that back in, come on. Oh, I'll leave it for later. There we go. And there we have the loco itself. And obviously the first thing you'll probably notice is the weight. This loco is incredibly heavy. To us, it's probably heavier than a lot of the Bachmann and Hornby locos that I've held. I'd say this is probably close to us. It might even be heavier than the Hatton 66, or about the same. But it is incredibly heavy. Definitely heavier, in my opinion, than a lot of Hornby and Bachmann diesels. Not by much, but it definitely feels heavier. It's actually starting to hurt my hand a bit holding this, to be honest. But it does look fantastic. The livery application looks spot on. We've got the nameplate there as well. I'm not sure if it comes with printed nameplates underneath. I don't see why it wouldn't. But these nameplates here are the, I think they're etched. They feel like they might be metal, but they do look nice, especially that they've been fitted. We have got sprung buffers, which is good. And she does have working lights, and she does have the two different types of headlights on here. That's one thing you get with these locos, and obviously if you fit the correct decoder, you can control them differently as well. So you get like the standard sort of solid headlights, but then you also get the halo ones, which I believe are just sort of these circles with like like just sort of white circles in there. You'll know what I mean later when we put it on the track. But it's nice that we've got the all of the control there for the headlights. It's nice that Dapol have done that, and also the price of these is very reasonable. I believe the standard sort of price for these from the retailers is somewhere from £130 to £140. Obviously, that's much better than the £200 plus that Hornby charge for their locos at the moment. But you definitely get what you pay for with these. You don't always get what you pay for with Hornby and maybe some of the other manufacturers, but with Dapol, especially with their locos, you definitely, most of the time, definitely get what you pay for, especially with this sort of loco. You definitely get what you pay for. The detail is absolutely fantastic. You have got separately fitted wipers, which look quite nice. You've got various sort of cables and stuff there. I think there might be more on the other end. Yeah, there we go. We've got sort of an orange cable there, and it goes down and plugs in down there. I believe that's part of the buffer beam detail, so I don't believe that comes fitted to standards. So that's probably been fitted by the previous owner. But it's nice that it's there, and it does look very, very good. You can even see the little sort of warning triangle on it. And it looks very, very well printed, which is very good. The mechanism, I believe it's the standard sort of mechanism that you'd expect, with a nice big motor in the centre, twin flywheels, and it does drive all of the wheels. I will give the wheels and try and give the pickups, if I can, give them a bit of a clean, because apparently the loco is a little bit stuttery and can be a bit hesitant. So I'll try and make sure that she's performing well before we actually run her. Yeah, I can see we have got all pickups and all wheels, and they look in good condition, so that's good. The cab detail, I believe you have got cab detail, but you can't actually see it very well. I can't really get the light at the right angle for you to see it. But I think there is a bit of cab detail. I can't actually see how much there is though, because I can't see into the cab very well. But it looks like there is some, which is good. The underframe detail is very, very good. You've got loads of printed detail on the bottom there. The wheels look very, very good. I think you've got these, I'm guessing that might be something to do with the speedo there, with these sort of white triangle things on the bogies. I could be wrong. We've even got like the proper spring detail there, and that looks really, really good. all of the grills, you can see through the grills. You can actually see inside the loco. I don't know if there's any engine room detail though, but you can see through the grills. They are proper etched grills, which is nice. You don't get opening doors, which is a bit of a shame, but they still look good. The roof is very, very good. You've got proper fans as well underneath those grills, and they look very, very good. You've got the exhaust there. It would be nice if you could to fit a smoke generator in there and get loads of smoke coming out of there. That would look very, very good. In fact, it might be something I'll consider in the future, but I won't do it anytime soon. Again, waterproof buffers at the other end, and obviously the lights as well. I just can't fault her, to be honest. She's very, very good. You've got NEM couplings, and I've left the coupling in this end, because obviously you're going to need a coupling in one end to haul stock. I'll stick some wagons behind her later. They are the typical they're mounted to the body of the loco. They're not mounted to the bogie. They are the proper sort of kinematic couplings, which usually I don't like, but these ones actually feel very, very good. They feel nice and free. They don't feel like they're going to cause any problems, but we'll see how they perform later. I'm just struggling for words, to be honest. It's such a nice model. I just can't fault it, really. So I think the next thing to do is we need to put her on the track and see how she runs. And before we do that, I will give her a quick service just to make sure that everything is okay, because she's not brand new, she is second hand. So I'll open her up, I'll give her a quick clean. I'll probably put some oil on the worm gears just to make sure there's plenty of lubrication in the mechanism. And once I've done all that, we'll come back and we'll stick her on the track. Okay, so here we are over at the layout. Ignore the fact that the sidings are empty at the moment. I've temporarily taken all of the locos off and put them away so I can do some cleaning on the track and stuff. And, well, yeah, I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, as you can see, there's no locos in the sidings at the moment. But they'll be back soon, don't worry, they haven't disappeared anywhere. So if we just grab the loco, she's just had her finish running in. I gave the wheels a quick clean. I put a bit of oil in the mechanism just to make sure it was all lubricated properly. And yeah, she seems to be running nicely. She's not cutting out. Everything seems to be fine. So the next thing to do is obviously we just put her on the track and we can see what her performance is like. So there we go, nice and easy to put on. Now I have checked, she does have one of the Dapol 6 function decoders fitted. So we've got some nice control of the lighting, which is very, very nice to have. So I'll just demonstrate some of that quickly. I'll just move it back a bit more actually. There we go. Oh, such good performance from this loco, so smooth. Really can't fault it. So if we just do function 0, so function 0, there we go, just does the directional lighting. I believe it's only at this end though. Yes, so the directional lighting on function 0 is just for this end here. Then it also does the directional cab lighting as well. So the cab lights only come on, I'll say that, they only come on, the cab lights only come on in the direction that the loco is going in. So if I go back to this direction again, the cab light is on there, and we've also got the top headlight as well. But if we just turn those off, function 1 does the, I believe that's the headlights in that direction. Yes, they are. So we've now got headlights this end, but you obviously can't see them. And then function 2 does the tail lights at that end as well. So basically at this end, I've got, you can with this decoder, you can have control. You have control of the lighting. Basically, depending whichever direction the loco is going in, that will be the lights that you have showing. But on the other end with this decoder, you can display whatever lights you want, and the direction of the loco basically doesn't matter. Then functions 3 and 4 are basically where it's probably gets a bit more interesting, because functions 3 and 4 do the halo lights at each end. So if I do function 3, that does the halo light, sorry, at this end. If I do function 4, which should be showing them, unless it was function 3 for this end. Yes, it is, ignore me. So yes, function 3 does the halo lights at this end, and function 4 does them at the other end. And that's it, so that's the control that you have. So that's basically the 6 functions that you have. If I move the loco back a bit, you can probably see them a bit better. I know they probably appear solid on camera, but to the naked eye, they do look like the halo lights as they should. So you've got some nice sort of round headlights there with no, obviously, and they're basically not solid lights. It's just basically the outer ring of the headlights, essentially, that's lit up. But for this, we'll just have the regular running lights on. There we go. So if I just bring her back towards the camera again. Oh, I just can't fault the performance of the loco. It's so good, so smooth. It's so quiet. It's not completely silent, but it's still very good. I really can't fault it. Now, I'm not going to be running the loco by herself. I've decided I will stick on the 2 nuclear flask wagons that I have. They're both the same number, so they both have the 43 on the top, which is a bit annoying, but I can always renumber one if I want to. So she's going to be hauling these around the layout today. If she'll couple up to them, which she doesn't really want to. Okay, what I'll do quickly is I'll go away. I'll change the coupling over because the coupling doesn't have a hook on it. So I'll just quickly go and change that, and then we'll come back and then we can couple all the wagons up. Okay, here we are. Sorry about that. So I probably should have checked that. I've changed the coupling before we started, but oh well. But I've changed it now. We've now got a coupling that's got a hook on it. So now, there we go. The wagons couple up quite nicely. I don't know why the couplings on the Dapol loco sit lower than they should do, unless it's just that the couplings on these wagons are higher than they should be, but oh well. Hopefully they'll stay coupled when the loco's running, but we'll obviously see whether that's the case when she's running. But there we go, all coupled up, ready to go, so all we need to do now is give her some power and see what she's like. Well, I think we can say that she's handling it out very nicely. She's running very smoothly, she's not stuttering, she's not cutting out. She's running absolutely beautifully. You couldn't really ask for any better than that, really. Such a nice model. I just can't fault it, it's so good. Obviously the next thing will be sound. That probably won't be for a little while, but once I get round to getting a sound decoder for her, I will show you how to fit it, and I'll show you how to fit an EM1 speaker as well, because that's the speaker I've decided to go for this loco. But yeah, once we get to doing that, I'll show you how to do it, but for the moment, I can easily enjoy her as she is, definitely. So good. Well, overall, I don't know what to say. She's just fantastic. You just need to get one of these locos. They're so good. I really can't fault them.